to How to Cake It. I'm Yolanda, and this week I have caked up 5 giant cookies. For the sugar cookie, I baked vanilla cake. For the rainbow chip, I also baked vanilla cake and I folded in some multicolored sprinkles. For the oatmeal raisin, once again, it was vanilla cake, but I added some oats and some spices to the batter. Then for my double chocolate chip cookie, I made chocolate cake with white chocolate chips inside. And the only one actually that wasn't cake was the peanut butter cookie because I made my peanut butter blondie. For exact details on the cakes I baked and how I made them, click right here and read the blog. That's what cake architects do. My cakes are baked, cooled, and chilled, and I'm removing them from their pans. And that's it. I used a small serrated knife and I just cut away. You kind of want to cut some like valleys and some higher parts. And as you do this, cut away all the caramelization from the top of the cakes. You can't really go wrong with the carving. You know what I mean? You bake a dozen cookies, they don't all look exactly the same. So it's very freeing. We're gonna leave the caramelization on the bottom of all of these cakes because cookies caramelize. Thank you, cookies. Last year, I caked giant chocolate chip cookies, and they were so delicious, and they still look so good to me every time I see the thumbnail. So I'm like, there's tons of cookies in this world. I need to cake them. For the oatmeal raisin cookie, I left it more kind of a natural sort of dome because I always think about oatmeal raisin cookies being like a drop cookie.
Nobody ever thinks about oatmeal raisin cookies.
Yes, I do. I like them.
Okay.
We're giving my kitchen a bit of a revamp at the moment. It's a gift to myself for 4 years. So there's some construction going on. So that's why I'm here in the step-by-step kitchen this week. But next week, you're gonna see my new kitchen. And I won't be wearing this anymore because we'll be done. We also need to carve our peanut butter blondie for the peanut butter cookie. So we're gonna carve that in the same way as the other cookies, making sure to taper down. But this is a blondie, so it's a bit harder to carve. Just take your time. Because sugar cookies are rolled out and baked, so they just rise a little. They're the flattest cookie. So for that cake, you wanna level it, and keep in mind you don't want it to be higher than all your other cookies, even though they're not as flat. Guys, by the way, we are so close to 4 million subscribers and I can't wait to celebrate this huge milestone with you guys. As a thank you for being here with us, we're doing a huge giveaway. We have a whole year's worth of our sprinkle service for 20 lucky winners. We have a Google Home Hub set up for grabs. Sesame Street is celebrating their 50th anniversary. Happy anniversary, Sesame Street. And they have provided a really cute prize pack for you guys.
It's so thematically appropriate.
It's amazing. And last but not least, 4 lucky winners are gonna win a KitchenAid Pro Series stand mixer with a scale and a sifter attachment. Thank you, KitchenAid. Just click on my link in the description to enter. And good luck. You know what it's time for. Sir Squeeze came in and helped me simple syrup 4 of my cookies. I'm not simple syruping. The blondie doesn't need it.
I thought you were going to say I'm not simple syruping the oatmeal because who cares? It's just the oatmeal cookie.
I don't really, I mean, are you launching something against, is it oatmeal you dislike or raisins or both? Was dishwasher on?
Yeah, show me how to stop that.
Am I done? No, you interrupted with your attack on oatmeal raisins, so I can't recall, but what I was saying was Sir Squeeze came and helped me simple syrup all my cakes except for the peanut butter blondie. It is time to crumb coat my cakes. I'm crumb coating the sugar cookie, the rainbow chip cookie, and the oatmeal raisin cookie with a layer of Italian meringue buttercream. I'm going to crumb coat my double chocolate cookie with chocolate ganache. And I'm crumb coating the peanut butter blondie by brushing on some piping gel. Oh my gosh. You know what this kitchen is missing?
What
A
is it?
megaphone.
Oh, you didn't bring it with you?
I didn't bring it.
Oh.
It's okay. It'll be back next week. It's gonna have a special place in the new kitchen. I'm only crumb coating these cakes, and now we can get right to fondant. Did you like that snap? I think I have to do that from now on when I introduce fondant.
Fondant?
Fondant. To cover the sugar cookie, the first thing I want to do is roll a band of, well, sugar cookie colored fondant. Then I'm going to chill that band of fondant because I want it to dry out somewhat. Once the fondant is chilled and is nice and cool, I'm going to use my fingers to sort of pull the fondant because I actually want it to tear. Once I'm happy with the texture, I'm going to cut one long end of the band nice and straight. I'm using my biggest ruler and a sharp paring knife, and then I'm going to pick up that band and wrap it around the cake. It's time to trim the top edge of the cookie. I'm going to use a sharp paring knife and hold it straight against the cookie and go all the way around. The top of the cookie is going to look like it has been iced in a very how to cake it pink royal icing, but I'm using fondant. I'm gonna cut out the perfect size circle I need. I'm just gonna use the bottom of one of my bottomless 8-inch cake pans. It's the perfect circle, lay it on top, cut around it with a sharp knife, and now I can lay this piece of fondant right on top of my sugar. It's perfect. I love cutting a perfect circle. Perfect circle. That would be the name of my band.
That is the name of the band.
Oh, so I can't have it?
No.
Can my band be like straight edges? For my rainbow chip cookie, I am covering it in kind of the same color fondant I covered my giant chocolate chip cookies in. So I just roll out the fondant, drape it on top, you know, fit it into all the nooks and crannies, and then trim away the excess from the sides. And now I want to chill that. For the double chocolate cookie, I am doing the exact same thing, except I'm covering it in chocolate fondant.
Can't wait for you to find oatmeal fondant.
I made oatmeal fondant.
You did?
Or Han.
Really?
Yes, I did. So what I did was I folded oats into my cookie colored fondant. Yeah. Then I roll the fondant out. It's a little tougher to roll at this point. Drape it over the cookie and just trim away the excess.
Nice.
It was nice. I think you're gonna like oatmeal raisin by the end of this.
Well, I haven't been offered any, so.
I'll take you out for an oatmeal raisin. Okay? Peanut butter cookie. I didn't forget about the peanut butter cookie. So I colored some fondant, the exact color of peanut butter cookies. And I'm going to apply this fondant to my peanut butter blondie, smooth it onto the blondie, and trim away the excess from the sides. Now, you know how peanut butter cookies look like, well, they don't look like. Traditionally, you make them by pressing a fork into them. You know what I'm talking about? So I wanted to recreate that, and for that, I'm going to use a dowel.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so a fork normally has like 4 prongs. So I'll just take the dowel and in one direction press it down into my cookie 4 times. And then I'll turn the cookie and press it down another 4 times to recreate that texture. You can also use your fingertips once you put the dowel in to make the line bigger, or sort of just roll the dowel slightly back and forth. There you go. It's time to paint my cookies. For this, I'm just using regular cocoa. For the rainbow cookie, I'm going to attack that the same way I did to my giant chocolate chip cookies. I'm using a nice soft brush and brushing it all over the cookie. You can pay a little more attention down at the edge where the cookie would be obviously a little more brown. There are new and improved perks to being a How to Cake It VIP. Now you get to see the whole How to Cake It video 2 days before everyone else. We send it directly to your inbox on Sundays, and it's completely free to join. So just go to howtocakeit.com. I'm applying the same technique to my peanut butter cookie, but I'm going to concentrate mainly on the grooves and the sort of the raised area around them. But I'm using cocoa as well. For the oatmeal cookie, I've decided to paint it with cinnamon and cloves, just because it goes sort of with the flavor story, and I'm just using it the same way I use the cocoa, brushing it on. And what's really nice is because the fondant is textured from all of the oats, it's sort of getting in the grooves. It's doing a really good job. I think you're gonna like this cookie, man.
It's just no.
Can we get some oatmeal raisin cookies in here? For my sugar cookie, I'm going to paint the side very lightly. I'm mixing together a little bit of brown and yellow color dust. And I just want to make it look like it would be slightly caramelized along the side. For my double chocolate cookie, no painting required. Once the fondant on my rainbow cookie and my chocolate cookie are chilled, I take them out of the fridge and I use my fingertips to sort of pull at the fondant. And what I want to do is create wrinkles and tearing and texture. I've done this a lot. It's like I really think I'm an architect today. I'm teaching you something about cake. Share this video with people who like cookies, and if you know people who don't like cookies, you shouldn't know them anymore. Don't leave a comment below if you don't like cookies.
There must be one.
I can't protect you. I need to do a little gum paste work for 2 of my cookies. I want to create giant peanuts and giant oats. I've never done this before, so I'm super excited. For the peanuts, I'm just rolling out some sort of oval shapes, and I don't want them to be perfect because peanuts don't all look perfect. Make a bunch of those shapes and then use a sharp paring knife to cut them in half, lengthwise. Once I cut them in half, I used a sculpting tool to create sort of like that vein, that like little crevice in the center of a peanut. You know what I'm talking about? And once they're dry enough, I will dry dust them with some cocoa. And then I'm just gonna mix up a little bit of ivory with clear food grade alcohol and brush that over top of the peanuts. I was so happy with how these looked. I wanted to bite one. I wish peanuts came this big. I really wanted to, I don't know why. They were so cute. For the giant oats, I rolled the fondant really thin as I could, and then I used a small oval cutter to cut out a bunch of ovals. Now, oats aren't perfect. Nobody said they were perfect, Orhan. So I'm just gonna use the tip of my knife, cut it here and there, make some of them, you know, different shapes, just cause imperfections, really. Unlike me, but that's what I'm gonna do. The oats have a vein as well, so for this I'm just gonna use the sculpting tool and run it along the center. I'm painting my oats in a similar way that I painted the giant peanuts. I'm dry brushing them with cocoa, and then with the ivory paint, I'm only running that along the center vein, because oats tend to look darker in the center. Oh my God, it's time to top these cookies. The sprinkle cookie. Oh, I called it the sprinkle cookie. I just gave it away. The sugar cookie, I'm gonna decorate with sprinkles. The same metal circle I used to cut out that perfect circle of pink fondant, I'm gonna lay it on top of my cookie, and then on that crescent moon, I'm gonna brush on clear piping gel, and now I'm gonna press sprinkles onto the piping gel. Okay, yo-yos, I need your help. I'm on the hunt for the best bakeries around the world. I want to know, what's your favorite go-to bakery? Leave a comment below and name that bakery with the hashtag #MyFaveSweetSpot. Can we write that hashtag for them?
I already did.
Thank you. Tell me what country it's in, what city it's in, or town, because I'm looking all over the world. Make sure to use the hashtag so I can find your comment. Behind curtain 1, our sprinkle sugar cookie. For my rainbow chip cookie, I'm using different colored candy melts, and what I'm gonna do is just press them into my cookie. So they're nice and flat, so you can just sort of press it in, make it look like, you don't wanna just lay them all on the surface because the chips would be in the batter. So you know what I mean? Whatever looks natural to you, and just have it a nice multicolored pattern. Behind curtain 2, our rainbow chip cookie. There's no sound for the rainbow chip?
Do you want me to make the sound?
Yes. It sounds more like an alarm of some sort. For the oatmeal cookie, so I laid on a bunch of giant oats in a random pattern, and then I just glued them to the surface of the cookie with a little bit of clear piping gel. And guess what I'm using for raisins? I can't use raisins, right? Because the scale.
Yeah.
What would you use for giant raisins? Dates. Okay, so I used dates as my giant raisins. I stuck them to the top of the cookie here and there, and then I brushed the surface of the dates with a little bit of clear piping gel. I really loved this cookie. I really loved this cookie. I feel bad for oatmeal raisin because I know people make fun of it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's the underdog here. So behind curtain 3, oatmeal raisin.
No.
Okay. For my double chocolate chip cookie, I am using giant Hershey Kisses for the white chocolate chips. These are a bit heavier, so I need to glue them in place. I just melted a couple of the Kisses and I used that as my glue. Behind curtain number 4, it's the double chocolate chip cookie. For my peanut butter cookie, I took my giant peanuts and I'm adding them to the surface. I'm gonna cut some of them in half because oftentimes peanuts are chopped in a cookie. Even cutting them in half was so much fun. And then I'm just gonna glue them to the surface of my cake with piping gel. Behind curtain number 5, I give you the peanut butter cookie. You don't have a future in sound effects,
No,
Orhan. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to check out Cheryl over on How to Cake It Step by Step. She made a panda corn cake. That's what I said, a panda corn. And don't forget to enter the giveaway. Click the link. I will see you next week, or perhaps Sunday.